Picture this. A single politician sits in the same seat of power for 30, 40, or even 50 years. Year after year, they get re-elected, gain more influence, and make decisions that affect every single one of us, even if they stop listening to the people who put them there. That doesn't sound like a government of the people. It sounds like a government of career politicians setting their own rules. I care about this topic because just like you, I'm going to be living under the decisions Congress makes long after many of these politicians are gone. As young Americans who will soon be voting, we deserve government that listens to us, not one stuck in the past and stuck in power. And I am not the only one who thinks that. Change is needed. According to the Fulcrum, more than 90% of congressional incumbents are re-elected every election cycle. Meanwhile, fresh candidates who want to make a difference barely stand a chance. The Heritage Foundation reports that the longer politicians stay in office, the more they rely on special interest lobbyists to fund their re-election. Campaigns, not everyday citizens like us, when lobbyists hold the purse strings, they also get the power. Congress has become a place where power can last forever. Some politicians in the Senate have served over 45 years. If someone spends that much time in Washington, they will eventually become more loyal to the system than to the people who voted them there to begin with. One of the biggest issues is the incumbency advantage. A politician doesn't need to perform well. They just need to convince donors to help them stay in power. Here is a graph that shows the rate of re-election, which is all the way up here at 90%, and the rate of someone new trying to get into power, which is all the way at 5%. Look at that difference, or all the way at 10%. Look at that difference. That means new voices in our democracy get shut down before they even begin. Imagine if you're in high school or in college, only allowed the same student body president to run every year. No one else could realistically win, and they kept making the rules for you forever. Eventually, those rules would stop helping students and start helping the president. The same thing is happening in Congress. Lobbyists love career politicians because they build long-term relationships and can trade votes for donations. ACE USA reports that term limits would help break this cycle by forcing politicians to stay focused on the people, not campaign donors. So how do we as people fix it? The solution is simple and fair. Congress must have term limits, just like the president already does. So a strong proposal is the House of Representatives get only 3 terms, which is a maximum of 6 years, and the Senate gets a maximum of 2 terms, which is a max of 12 years. The Center for Effective Government states that term limits would increase accountability, encourage new leadership, and reduce corruption by preventing lifelong political careers. Let's visualize 2 possible futures. One without term limits, which is where corruption grows deeper, lobbyists gain more control, young Americans like you and me become less represented, and government becomes older, slower, and more disconnected from the reality of the people, like me and you. With term limits, new leaders bring new ideas. Representatives are motivated to work for us, not re-election. Voters gain more power than lobbyists. Government becomes fairer and faster at solving problems, especially issues after our generation, like housing costs and technology. Everythingpolicy.org shows examples of members serving 30 to even 50 years, blocking progress because they are used to the old way of doing things. We want a Congress that more like modern America, not a retirement club, where we could build new ideas and a new government. But it won't be easy. In the U.S. term limits, v. Thornton, the Supreme Court said states cannot seat limits on federal lawmakers. That means Congress must pass a congressional amendment, something that will only happen if people pressure them to. People like you and me need to go over there and support organizations that are pushing for term limits. And then the second thing we could do, email and call representatives. It takes 30 seconds. Vote for candidates. The third thing we could do is vote for candidates who support term limits. The fourth thing we could do is talk about the issues so more people know that what's broken. Career politicians will never vote themselves out of power, but we can vote for change. We can be the generation that says politics isn't supposed to be a lifetime job. Our democracy works best when leadership changes, when new voices get a chance to speak. Let's protect the future of our democracy by demanding term limits in Congress. Let's make Congress serve the people again, not itself. Thank you, and have a great day.